You know, something I've been thinking about a lot lately is luck and circumstance and some of the things that other people have achieved. And in a lot of instances, it is very much right place, right time. Now, I'm not saying that you should discredit people and their accomplishments because they were lucky, but we all need to understand that luck and circumstance played a huge role in the things. Like, you couldn't have created Microsoft if you didn't have access to the computers as Bill Gates did, and you weren't at the right place at the right time, talked to the right person, and then I believe he bought MS-DOS, which eventually became Windows, whatever. Like, he didn't even actually create the thing. He bought it from somebody and then turned it into Microsoft. Now, that's not to discredit Bill Gates or what he's done, but we can't compare the things that we do in our lives and our individual timelines with other people that had different timelines. And so, as you know, Roosevelt said, so comparison is the thief of joy. That's what Theodore Roosevelt said. And it's extremely applicable today in our social media world, where we see people that are younger than us, that maybe we don't think are as smart as us. In a lot of cases, they aren't smarter than us or any better than us or even any more skilled than us. But they have accomplished more because they were at the right place at the right time. They took advantage of opportunity. Okay? Now, that's something that you can never take away from somebody. Even if they had all the gifts in the world, all the opportunity in the world, they still had to go and grab it. And yet, a lot of people watching this video are not taking advantage of the opportunities right in front of them. They're not talking to the people in their network that could get them the connections that will help them, or they're not talking to the possible customers and trying to find a way that they can solve issues for them, or they're not talking to the businesses, whatever. Like, a lot of examples. If you don't take advantage of your respective timeline and opportunity on that timeline because you're too focused on other people, or you're too focused on blaming, or you're too focused on wishing the system was more fair and less rigged or whatever it is, well, then you're just going to end up with less or even nothing. Comparison is the thief of joy. You can't enjoy your accomplishments if you are focused on what other people have done, or if you're trying to use what they have done as a measure for what you should do. Okay, that's not the way to go about it. There's another quote in here, as I was looking at quotes on this topic. Winners compare their achievements to their goals, okay? So think about that. You and what you're trying to accomplish and what you have accomplished, those should be the only things that you're going to use to dictate whether you're successful, whether you've made progress or not. For some people that are living in poverty, you know, getting a job that pays them $1,000 a year, right? The overwhelming majority of humans live on less than $1 a day. It's crazy how prevalent this is, right? We take this for granted because we live in this affluent society. But billions of humans live on less than $1 a day. For them, making $10 a day would literally be 10 times greater than where they were. And that would be a huge accomplishment. And in their respective culture and society and government, that might be a very hard thing to accomplish. Yet in America, we're all like, the new thing's like becoming a billionaire. You know, becoming a millionaire, oh, that's easy. You know, there's too many people that have done that. I need to become either 100 millionaire or half a billionaire or billionaire, whatever. It's always some next thing. Now, Jeff Bezos is the richest man in the world. And now people are going to want to beat him and become the richest man in the world. You know, like, don't focus on what other people are doing or have done. You need to set goals for yourself based on your life, based on your opportunities, based on your intellect, based on your skills. Now, you should shoot for the moon, absolutely, or shoot for the stars and reach the moon, etc. But if you're not in tech, for example, or you're not going to create the next big invention or whatever, like, maybe you shouldn't focus on or even try to become a billionaire. For most people, you don't need to become a billionaire. In fact, it probably comes with more problems than it does come with solutions. You know, as Biggie Smalls says, more money, more problems. For most of us, and this is what I've been talking about a lot lately, and this is what we're talking about with our clients, our program is the Tribe 10K. So we help business owners, coaches, influencers, etc., get to the next level. And really, for most of them, we're helping them get to $10,000 a month in solid, you know, not passive, but also not tied to your hours income. Okay, and that's through a lot of different things. Whether you have a product, a course, you know, grow your YouTube, your Instagram, and then have clients, sell meal plans, all these different things, right? It's a Tribe 10K. We're trying to get people to 10K a month, because if you can make $10,000 US a month, if anybody can make that. Now, of course, I'm talking mostly about people living in the United States, you know, or Europe, I guess. And that kind of level of money will go, I mean, most of us know how far it can go. Most of us know the kind of lifestyle we could live on $10,000 a month. But the point is, it's got to be $10,000 a month that's not tied to you showing up to an office every day, right? So that's why I say semi-passive, because, I mean, you know, even if you're a programmer or you do something where you can make that kind of money, but you still have to work 40, 50 hours a week, that's not really what we're going for. We're trying to get people to the $10,000 a month in income from a business that then goes off on its own, and that can perpetuate on its own, whether the owner shows up or not. Every day that I wake up, my business still generates revenue. And in a lot of cases, it's actually growing, whether I decide to work on the business or not, because I build a business and we build a team and we have systems. Now, even if you're an influencer coach or consultant, or even if you want to be a remote employee, right? There's things you can do to think like a business owner and to think about operations and systems and hiring VAs and outsourcing and doing things with technology that allow you to take back more of your time. And so really what we try to do with the Tribe 10K program, and again, if you want to get more information, go to tribe10k.com. The secondary point of this video is obviously you don't want to compare. But then also, the goal for most of us, and I think this should be the American dream. The American dream shouldn't be having a mortgage and a 3-bedroom house with 2 cars in the driveway. The American dream should be, or the dream for any human really, should be to have autonomy and control of your location and your time. You should be able to wake up every day and do whatever you want. You should be able to wake up every day in any place you want. Okay? You should be able to work when you want, when you're motivated, and not work if you don't want to work, or if you're sick, or if you're tired, or you have to take care of your kids, or whatever it is. That is the unlimited flexibility you get that most of us want. We want that autonomy. We go and pursue the wrong things. Most people pursue the idea of like getting a car because they think if they get a car that other people will see, they'll then be happy because other people think they're successful, and that is what they've connected to their happiness, and it's completely, it doesn't work. It's like what's the word in algebra where it's not, the equation is invalid or whatever? It's that. That equation does not add up. It's like trying to make 1 + 1 = 3. It does not add up. And that's why people that do that usually learn the hard way that it's not everything it was cracked up to be. It's not everything that social media said. Same thing can be said of people that are traveling the world and influencers, people that are posting their social media and they look like they have perfect lives. A lot of times, there's a lot of skeletons in the closet. Maybe they don't show you, or, I mean, there's a lot of examples here. I don't want to go too off topic, off tangent, but the Tribe 10K program, and what I think everybody should make is the American dream, is making 10K a month. It could be even 5K a month, really. Making a few $1,000s a month and go live in the Philippines, right? But make it from business income. You control your time. You control what you do and how you work on, etc. You don't have a boss, okay? So you control that aspect of your life, and then you can live anywhere in the world, work anywhere in the world, do whatever you want on your schedule, okay? That should be the dream. The dream should be to make enough income to be able to live the way you want. $10,000 a month is what we do with our clients, because for most people, that could, you can live pretty well off in the United States, still have money to invest, still have money to travel, and still have money to spend at your discretion. Now, if you were to take that to the nth level, you can make $10,000 a month, and you could go live in some place like Philippines or Costa Rica or these other places where the dollar goes a long way. And then you can literally live like a rock star, spend like $2,000 a month to live, save $8,000, reinvest it or whatever. Like, there's so many ways to live an amazing life. And this idea of buying stuff and keeping up with the Joneses and doing all this nonsense in our culture that a lot of our marketing and a lot of our capitalistic society and the image and social media portray for us, it's literally a fucking scam. It's quite literally a scam. It's a scam. You going to buy cars and buying Louis Vuitton bags and buying all this crap to compete and to impress other people that you ultimately don't really know or care about is the biggest scam in our culture today. It really is. And it's why so many people work jobs they don't like, go into debt, right? Become debt slaves, become employee slaves, become slaves, really. They're for 20, 30, 40 years of your life. Then they think, I'll have money and I can retire and then I can live the way I want. What the fuck? Are you kidding me? Make your goal freedom of your work, freedom of your time, and freedom of your location. That should be your ultimate goal. And you get that by having as little expenses as possible, and then taking that profit and that revenue and investing into either your business, your investments, right? Into your rainy day fund, into your travel fund, whatever it is. I mean, you could literally save enough money to travel the world for a year and then come back and work for a year and then travel for a year. Like, there's a lot of ways to do this stuff. Like, I've heard of a lawyer that only works like 6 months out of the year. He makes enough money so he can surf the other 6 months. Like, that's amazing. Most people would kill to have that kind of job. Instead, what do most lawyers do? Make the goal to get a big house and cars and more clients and more hours and become partner and all this nonsense, even though they don't really like what they're doing. Or like, please, okay. A lot of points here. Really think about your goals. What are you trying to accomplish? Because most people should not be chasing the social media dream, the American dream. They should be chasing the dream I've outlined in this video. Autonomy, freedom, and the ability to choose. And not being a slave to hours. Not being a slave to having to work as an employee for $4. Become an owner, an investor. Like and comment, subscribe. What do you think about this topic? Do something about it. Alter your goals, your life trajectory. If you're going into med school or to law school and you don't really like it, fucking quit. Literally quit. Stop trying to live for other people. You're going to regret it. And you're eventually going to come around and you're going to make that decision, but it's going to be after you've invested and wasted time, money, personal sacrifice, personal sanity. Like, it's not worth it. Live for yourself and really question what you're trying to accomplish.